Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version. This podcast is dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow, like, and share. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. Let's jump right in. Hello, and thank you for joining us today for this episode of Her Version. The Her Version platform is built on storytelling and the understanding that many times our greatest learning experiences come from listening to other people's stories. Today, I am speaking with an amazing woman named Julie Fouch. Julie is here to talk about how she found her independence, healed from divorce, attracted her current husband, and completely upgraded her life to meet the standards of her highest self. Julie is a believer in trusting your feminine wisdom and is a leader in the industry, all while being an amazing mother to 4 children. I appreciate Julie visiting us here with the Her Version community to share her journey with us. Welcome, Julie. What's your thought process on, you were just kind of covering, so it's a perfect segue to limiting beliefs?
Well, I think that limiting beliefs were created originally, they're created to keep us safe, right?
Yeah.
If you have this is not my experience, but let's say you have a father that comes home every day drunk and says, "What do you know? You're just a stupid kid."
Mm-hmm.
In order to survive in that household, you are going to have to adopt the belief that I'm a stupid kid and I should keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Which is great until you get out in the real world. And let's say you get your first job and you get a job that you know you can do because you're just a stupid kid. So it's not really one you'll love, but you know, you can, and you see ways that it could be made better, but you better not speak up, right? It like limits your life.
Yeah.
And if you're in business for yourself, it totally limits you. So,
Wow.
we start with knowing that a limiting belief had a purpose. Now, in the case of someone who's given a belief that they are stupid, I can often tell who those people are right up front because they're the people with 3 degrees. They're the people who've taken every course. They're the people who are continuing to take more courses before they start doing what they want to do, because they're proving they're not stupid.
Yeah.
So there's some value in it, in that it motivates us to take certain actions.
Yeah.
At a certain point, we have to recognize, hey, that's a belief. And I say to listen to your body, right? Here's how you know it's a limiting belief. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel expansive? Do you say it and like, money doesn't grow on trees? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like, or does it make you feel closed down?
Oh,
and
yeah,
and
okay.
it's subtle in your body. So you've got to start learning. Oh, that doesn't serve me. It made me shut down. It made me close off. When I close off, I can't get what I want.
Yeah.
When I open, I can. And so then we take the limiting belief and we go, okay, here's the limiting belief. What do I want that belief to be? And we start to put in practice things that will reinforce the new belief. Like, I'll give you an example of that. Nothing good ever happens to me. That's a big belief. Nothing good's going to happen anyway,
Okay.
right? So then every day we sit down and we write down 3 things good that happened to us that day. So we're reinforcing that good things happen to me.
Yes.
Right? So there are simple practices we can do to change the neural pathways in our brain and let go of the ones that are limited.
Absolutely. I love that you're giving us an example of how to, I don't want to say reverse it, but kind of, what would be a word for that? Replace it, maybe?
Yeah. We used to live on this street, and then a mudslide came and took the street away. And there's a point to this. And within about 4 years, you couldn't see that there was a road there anymore. Wow. Like we would walk down there, and the first year it was like, oh, these big cracks. And then the plants started growing, and then the plants kind of overtook everything. This is Washington State, so it happens fast there. Things grow there.
Yeah.
And I look at it that way, like you've got this neural pathway that says you're a stupid kid. And when you recognize that's there, you heal the child and you begin to build a new pathway, which is, let's say you're a stupid kid. Maybe it's, I am a channel for source wisdom, would be something you could replace it with. And when you begin to replace that, the more you believe the new one, the stronger that one becomes. And the old belief gets overgrown and goes back into nature, right? And so I love taking those practices and saying, okay, what am I going to do? I have this great money practice. I gave a money talk yesterday, so I'm all into like thinking about money right now. I pick up change off the ground.
Okay.
And when I pick up change off the ground, I stop and I really focus on the gratitude for what I have.
Wow.
And so I'll pick up a penny and I'll say, great, I am grateful for the abundance I have and the abundance I have coming in ever increasing quantities on a continuous basis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? And as I focus on that, what happens? I'm opening up. It feels good. And that allows more good things to come to me.
Absolutely.
So it's constantly building. What is the belief I want to believe? Oh, I believe that I can manifest what I want. All right. What did I manifest today? I'm going to track that.
Yes. Very cool. I pick up pennies from the ground too.
I used to roll like over 100 pennies a year.
Uh-huh.
Since I have grandchildren, somehow my little penny bowl somehow never fills.
Oh, that's so funny. My parents had a coin glass vase thing on the top of their dresser. And I remember as a child, they had dollar bills and stuff and also quarters and stuff. But I've never told my mom this, but I would take, quarters or whatever. You'd probably for the gumball machine. I don't even remember. But I remember there was points where I would suddenly feel guilty for taking. And so little chore money, or we'd have garage sales and I'd make little money and I'd put money back in there. Yeah. Because I would feel so bad. But it was interesting. You made me think of that. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know a little bit more about what you do. We have your website right here, right above your face area. For those of you that are listening live, thank you so much for being here and supporting the Her Version community and Julie and her story. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you help all the humans?
Absolutely. So I'm the founder of the Art of Feminine Business, and I help female entrepreneurs who are soul-led. So healers, coaches, teachers, a lot of people who are in the financial world for some reason, videographers, like just soul-led women, how to create a business from their divine feminine. So we are taught in business how to do it from the masculine. And that doesn't work for women. And we're just different. And so how do we build a 6-figure or 6+ or 7-figure business that really aligns with our divine feminine? And we start by going in. I talked a lot today with you about connecting with source, connecting with Mama Earth, connecting with the energy of your business. And we start from that place and we design outward from your connection to source and who you are meant to be on the planet. And then we invite your inner masculine to support the visions of your divine feminine.
Wow.
A lot of us jump on a hamster wheel and just do the masculine, right?
Yeah.
That just leads us to bullying ourselves and beating ourselves up. So we build it from this inner and then taking action that's aligned. And that creates much more ease, much more fulfillment. I work with a lot of people who are moms or grandmas, and they want to have time. You know, I designed my business so that I take time off to spend with my grandkids during the week. I work
awesome.
3.5 days a week so that I can have time with my grandkids.
That's awesome.
And
I can totally relate to that because I feel like hearing you speak, never really related this before, but I definitely feel as if I work more masculine than feminine, for sure.
Yeah. And even if you can just take, and let me say that sometimes you will be more in your masculine. Like we're getting ready to do a launch, right? When we get a couple weeks from the launch date, I'll probably get way more masculine. I can do that really easily. I have to pull myself back into the feminine. And so it's like, even just if you can take and start your day by grounding and feeling the earth under you and allowing that source energy to flow through you. Just one thing. And maybe asking the question while you're doing this, hey, business, what do you want me to do today? The great Corey Michelle gave me that question years ago, and I love that question. What does my business want from me today?
Wow.
And then listening, because sometimes the answer is not at all what you think it's going to be.
I could see that. Yeah. Even just hearing you, I just videoed a video for my landing page that I plan on launching this week. And I just recorded I wrote out the script over the last day or two, and I just recorded it this morning. And now listening to you, I'm like, I wonder if I should re-record it now that I've spoken to you and come from a place, because just reflecting back, it is more of a masculine, aggressive, loving, like I'm a loving person, but it is more aggressive. So it would be interesting to read my scripts after grounding and and seeing what the difference, if anything else comes up as far as a change of pace.
The energy, what's the vibration that comes across?
It's interesting. I might do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I could know what happens. Yeah, I could see how that would be interesting actually to launch both to the same landing page and to see which one pulls differently. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but I could see that. I can see how pulling even the right avatar for yourself would be important in how your vibrations or your energy is flowing through your sales pitch.
Yeah. You want to know how to learn about your avatar?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have this great trick. Okay. So we drop into meditation.
Okay.
I lead my clients to a garden that's their secret private garden.
Okay.
Where only those who are there for their highest good can go. Okay. And then we ask a representative of their divine right tribe to come and speak to them. And just see what pops up. Amazing things will pop up that you never, because mostly we do the avatar from what's the demographic, what's their socioeconomic status, what's their problem. You begin to listen to them at a spiritual level, and you begin to connect with them in a way that you never thought possible. And then when I do marketing, I will send out an invitation in that same realm And here's where we work both the feminine and the masculine, the spiritual and the physical. So I will send that invitation out. I have my calendar open for 3 people. Send it out in the spirit realms.
Okay.
And then send the email that says I have my calendar open. So that there's a spiritual connection that happens first before they get the email. So when you're doing your video, for your website, first tap in and imagine you're connecting heart to heart with those that you are here to serve and who are here looking for you, and then see what happens.
Okay. I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super fun.
So how do people connect with you? I mean, obviously your website. Is your social media on there?
It should be. Man, if it's not, somebody in my team's not doing their job.
Okay.
Also, I do run a Facebook group called Feminine Business Magic. And we do a ton of fun business building stuff there. We brag on Wednesdays because bragging not only is good for your soul, it heals the "you're a stupid kid" wound if you can brag about yourself.
I love that. So I do that in the Facebook group, just a post, but you do it over Zoom?
No, we do it as a post. So we post in the morning, share your brags, and then people come in, brag. And if people don't brag, then I go in and say, hey, you have a brag, bring it, and it's great. And it's great for marketing. I mean, we have to learn to brag about ourselves in order to market.
That's the whole thing.
So that's
really
another,
yeah.
So the Facebook group is a great place to connect with me, to get some of my stuff, some of my wisdom, and to really play with the rest of the community like you play in your community.
Definitely. That's awesome. I love this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
I love it. What does success mean to you?
Success means that I have, that's funny. The first thing that comes up is that I have the resources to do the things that I want to do and to play with the people that I want to play with. And that I feel like I've done it from a place of integrity with who I am and who I'm meant to be on the planet.
That's awesome. What would you say to a woman right now that's struggling with her authentic self?
To give herself a break. Like, we beat ourselves up so much, and we are constantly looking for proof that we are not good enough. And wherever you are in your journey, in the process, in the work, is where you're meant to be.
Yeah.
So give yourself a break and be in the work and be in the process. It's continuously, like, life is not meant for us to arrive. Life is meant for us to be on the journey and to be continuously working towards that vision and that who we are meant to be.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I took like a whole page of beautiful notes. I'm so excited.
Nice.
You're great. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
I'm excited about looking into my script that I was planning on just launching and just being done with, but I might, this might have happened for a reason. It might have been like, because I could have just put it up already, like edit it and put it up, but I didn't. Like, I got distracted with a few other phone calls, and that's interesting, right?
Well, Source has a way of interrupting us when something's not quite aligned, and redirecting us. So you might have gotten phone calls because Source was like, wait, don't put it up until after you talk to Julie today.
Yes. I'm actually thinking that now. That's awesome. Well, I so appreciate you hanging out and sharing some of your journey and some of the awesome information that you hold inside your brain. For those of you that are listening live, we so appreciate you being here and supporting us. Check out Julie's website, follow her on social media and her Facebook group. It sounds wonderful. Do you have any closing thoughts before we close up?
Let me just check in here. Money wants me to tell everyone that it is available for them, that they don't have to be afraid of it. They simply have to open to the blessings that money has for it. So money's really alive today in this conversation saying, talk about me, talk about me.
Yeah. I love that. That's going to help me out. So I appreciate you and I appreciate money checking in with you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us here on Her Version. This community is expanding every single day and it's filled with females who are striving to do better than they did yesterday. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you follow, like, and share. If you have an amazing story to share, our struggle to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or at herversion.life. Once again, I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I'm so grateful to be here, sharing a platform that allows people to share their truth and inspire others. As